We should be live. It's Studio 9. I have to quickly check. Oh, it's already there on my wall for all to see. I want to make sure it's running at the right levels. So I will want to participate and also watch it in full high definition graphics. Check. This is where it's already there on my wall for all to see. Running at the right levels. So I will want to participate and also watch it in full high definition graphics. This is where okay, that was just me testing the feedback. I'm really wondering if I should really test it one more time to see if it's actually really nice. Let's see how I can do that. No, you know what? I'll just start the game. I'll just hear what you guys think is up. Nice. Shouldn't be that hard. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do a multiplayer and play online with fans of this game. We're all dedicated fans and we love to play this game often, and I just hope for the best. This will be entertaining to see. I should play the in-campaign movie a bit. Sorry.
We can do it.
I didn't mean to do that. Now I'm gonna jump into a game now. It's already playing, and I am on the, if it's alright, blue team in this blue place, probably a blue laboratory where they study the color blue or other shades of blue, you know, sky blue, sea blue, dark blue. I don't know that many blues, but there's also like a whole like band. They call themselves like the Jew something, and they're like the Blue Man Group. There's even a song called I'm Blue. Very interesting thing to be. I wonder how it is to recognize the world as a, oh, I have to concentrate right now, as a blue organism, a blue entity in the universe. Ooh, what is this guy doing there? Okay, that's trippy. I fell down the hole. Okay, I'm down the hole. I am watching the live stream, and I am noticing that it is not as smooth as it is if anybody is alive. Headshot, this guy is done. So, that one hurt. A sticky mine. What a tricky bastard. What I will do then is I'll stick it in full high definition, and I will see if that actually solves the problem. If I can do that, click on it. It's tripping me out. Wait 2 seconds. I think it's not in the high level broadcast. But I don't understand how I'm supposed to do that. I'm a rookie at this. And I just figured it out of interest. Oh! Damn it. I'm going to take a little break, 2 seconds. And see what happens when I click on high definition. Oh, I keep clicking the wrong one. Okay. Let me go to my screen. I can't see. Oh, there we go. Whoa, the color and it looks way nicer. It looks really nice. but it's still, I don't know what the lag is. That's my big question. Because I'm wondering if it's because I'm doing it through my studio because it's all somehow still linked with each other, or it is just a very slow upload. Its uploads very slow, I think. I'm not exactly sure how to increase that other than getting a faster internet connection. I'm shooting into the dark because I know they're there, but I have no clue where they are. And they should have given people infrared for this. Oh, take it! Killed and dismissal. Jesus Christ. Oh! Okay, turning a little chaotic over there. I'm gonna go over here. Jesus Christ. There's a freaking war going on. This is just fun and games, guys. Why are you getting all so seriously mad about it? Dude, man, you're punching him in the face. Mate, you shouldn't do that. There's no punching in faces in war. Or whatever. War exercises. Is this real world or exercise? Is it real world or exercise? Yeah, this is real world. This world, this virtual reality is going to become a literal thing of like a fact that we can travel into. We are at the peak of the movement into the future. Yeah, I'm getting a couple hits in here. And oh man, that was a kill streak. That was definitely a kill streak. I can now see messages on my Facebook with my beautiful system. I set it up perfectly. I have 2 computers. I actually had a third, but that one stopped working, which was a very sad day. I had to have a funeral for it, and all our floppy disk friends and USB sticks and CD-ROM, Blu-ray, CD burners and everything came together to say goodbye to our good old friend. Dude, I mashed his face so badly. And we said, our tribute to my beautiful Samsung, very high quality, very powerful laptop computer. And I said, Bosh, not only have 2, they still work very well.
That's how it's done.
And what I've done is made 2 desktops on 1 computer. So I have a desktop running a different program and another screen with another program. So I have Facebook and the stream at the same time. So then I can see what's going on. I'm not sure if I can see the links or comments directly posted on to this one, onto it. I think I can. But I'm not sure if I can see it live. If it all comes in live, that it has to refresh once in a while. And after a while, I see what is written or what the issue is. Because I'd love to hear, like, yeah, what you guys think. I always wondered, why watch football on TV when you can play football? Because at one point, it turns into something of like, I guess like a religion or something, or like an actual tradition that people follow because they know, they understand the game, they've played it before. But now we watch incredible professional people who work all day long doing training to be able to give the best performance possible is now what we're going into with gaming. It happened with Xbox One and PlayStation 4. The complexity of the hardcore nature of what we hardcore gamers do is like skill. Like at one point in some games like FIFA, it takes a lot of skill to play it because the closer you get to the goal, the quicker you have to react, the quicker you have to know where to put the ball, and also be in one with the controller. And it has reached levels where I've tried playing FIFA on the PlayStation 4 and I cannot for all my life enjoy it. But I do see sometimes the fresh. Whoa! Damn it! He can stab me, but I can't stab him. That's so unfair, man. And it takes so much skill to play some games that it's impossible for anybody who just plays like video games on their mobile or like Candy Crush can ever try to figure out how the heck to run it. But they can live stream and it's fun to watch it. One thing I saw when I was playing on live streams, with some people when I was watching them play, they had their own way of playing. It was actually really cool to see. It was really cool, like their way of how they shot or they moved or they did stuff. Like in this game, there's also in Halo, there's a thing where you can dodge the bullets that are coming in easily by going back and forth. But it's in the nature of how you dance with it. Also because the person might move a bit left or bigger left or small left and then try to shoot you. You have to adjust yourself to be able to dodge the bullet, and that's one of the things also why you see me when I'm moving. I do sometimes like that, but I can hardly do it. I hardly know how to make the really quick ones back and forth, really fresh. But it is a learning process, so maybe I can still make it by just doing my own sort of streams and enjoying myself doing it, because I feel like I'm actually providing a service that might be that might be valued. You know, sometimes a friend of mine, I was just at my friend's house and he was eating truffles, and truffles are just pure dirt grown under the dirt that is picked up by a pig, and you eat it and it tastes like dirt. And I was thinking to myself, so you're really rich and then you eat dirt. I'm really poor and I eat McDonald's, but you're really rich and you eat dirt. Okay, you should just move to Africa then, because that's what they do all there all the time. We have a serious problem down there, and I guess I don't get it. It's a very strange like metaphor, like this weird symmetry that I found out when I've been alive for quite a while in all the different states of it, that like I started to recognize what they meant by like I'm just rambling on about like some stuff, but I guess it's an introduction. I just got shot badly. My team is doing horribly. I think it's because I'm talking the whole time. Maybe I should just concentrate on the match and quickly see what I can pull out of it. This guy is here again. I was playing with him just today. This guy is the weirdest mask on his face. It's like the last person you ever want to see in your life, because it just makes you feel like so messed up. But like messed up, not like tragic or sad that he has a face malfunction. No, it is just this like vulgar is not even the word. It's like that thing, like if you're walking down the dark alley and you turn to your left and then you see that face, you will jump in your bones and you'll get so scared. But the guy has been clocking it hard in this game, and that's an outfit that you can get for this game. And it's very nice when he's on my team, because then I don't have to do jack. He goes completely after all. Whoa, I'm being shot from behind. Let's see who that is. Probably interested. I was just wondering why they don't make video games called Have Coffee. You know, instead of shooting each other up. I guess it's because it might be boring after a while. Like, just talking to each other. You probably like throw cups at each other or hot coffee just to engage in some sort of recreation other than me. But yeah, I don't know, I love this life. This life has been grateful to me, all that stuff. I'm an international baby of the summit of the UN and all global corporations, all amassed in the global corporate world of the Americanized world system. I welcome you all to it, as you all now been welcomed enough to the future where you're like, yeah, the future, 3D graphics, PlayStation 4, tablets, all the beautiful things, to the point where you have microphones, cameras that you can swallow from the doctor to check your esophagus all the way down to your the other end, and then it just comes out like a big pill. Imagine that's how far we've actually really gotten now. People have regular meetings to have this pill put in their system to see how, their esophagus or the digestive tract is the word, is doing. This is what technology has meant for so many. Ever since we got the Flintstone and the rub the two sticks together and you make fire. And when you have fire, you have warmth, and you can get warm in the blistering cold of wherever we were living in the time before we had fire. And just that technology opened up a whole new universe of things that today we are saturated in to the highest degree. I'm pretty sure like silicone implants, it won't be like just silicone implants. This guy's standing up there, I have to shoot him. That's such a nice thing. How did you get up there? How did you get up there, dude? Dude, like is there a ladder? There's no way. Why the hell would they have a nice place to view the game? That's an interesting thought concept. Oh my god, this guy, he's so irritating. You have to play against him, he fucking runs up in that way and he knifes you. And you can't move away from him because he's moving in a weird way that closes you in. That was pretty pathetic. Oh no. Yeah, actually it was. I'm last in place and I didn't kill anybody. I thought I killed somebody, but I don't think I really killed anybody. I got 5 deaths. I'm learning how the scoring system works. That's also the other thing why it's so complex. Why a whole new generation of like really intelligent people who can really put on like a real show. Like my friend played Halo. He was a grandmaster at how to play the game. It was absolutely intense to watch him play. And also for him to be communicating in that multiplayer world. Like playing multiplayer and stuff. And on that note, I'm going to switch on another great technological piece called the timer, because I'm going to try to formulate this into a show and not completely lose myself playing this and forgetting I'm online and taking up all the bandwidth. But check, oh, you're gonna love this next map. This is what I mean about the future. This is like it. This is like, whoa, okay. I hope they're gonna be peaceful. Oh my god, I love Jesus Christ, man. I'm one of the luckiest African young boys to grow up full-blood African, born in the full-bred African world, which would not even have any thought concept of experiencing any second of anything that I'm doing right now. And the fact that I not only am, but also I experienced the actual like the state of mind of pure awe in like what it is and how freaking cool it is. Bitch, I just blew your face off. Take it. Oh man, this is so crazy. Like I've never felt African in my life. I always felt like just like a futuristic sort of whiz kid that just knows stuff, that just how it works. I didn't ever use a manual. I never even read a manual for everything I've ever used. I just played with it. And I even got an Android tablet the other day. Playing around with it, the thing couldn't even play Android, anything on it. I just kept playing with it, doing this, that. At one point, I had the operating system running. I had the entire thing running. It wasn't supposed to run. Then I found an entire website filled with so many programs, all for free. All the greatest things you would love to spend your time sitting on your couch and, you know, exploring cyberspace or drawing or whatever. And it's so beautiful because it actually beat the practicality of, oh man, that was brutal. They always knife me, bastards. It beat the practicality of the iPad or like a modern Android normal, like, oh no, just really like iPad. Like, you gotta buy everything for iPad. There's also like a weird system where it's not, they make it in some sort of a formulation of currency, so then it has profit or you know, just those sort of like marketing nonsensical stuff that falls into it that destroys the art that it is. This stuff was pure art. Oh, I'm shooting my own, whoops, I'm sorry about that. This is why I should concentrate on the match actually. But I'm just getting interested in, sometimes when I'm playing my game, I do a couple streams. I also shut up, and then sometimes I also get the wonder when I'm playing that the people are like, oh, he shut up, and they're actually more glad that I shut up rather than actually going like, why isn't he talking? He should talk more. That's the last thing anybody will ever say to me, ever. If somebody's ever going to come up to me and say, Anthony, can you just start talking? I think in that moment in time, I will say, I think that's my entire life now complete. And I can now rest with a beautiful smile on my face because somebody appreciated conversation. Oh, not conversation, also the auditory dictation that I'm doing with this. And it's a whole new class form. It's really interesting because in Halo you can create movies. They created a show called Red Blue. So they used the set of in Halo and the power to be able to record yourself in Halo on the device. So you could these people really played with it and actually created a show. The most shows we're watching on Halo is mostly, whoa, this guy necked me. Now I'm number one. You see that? I'm straight up gangster with this stuff. That's why I'm OG. I'm that little cyberweb boy who came from a white, I don't know, a white ghetto, but incredibly rich white ghetto. So it doesn't look like most ghettos. It had a pool and had different rooms, bigger rooms. It had special, stuff. I live like in my own mansion in a fucking. I have a long story. That's a different story, but I'll talk about psychology in another state of mind. Because that's what I'm all about. I'm all about empire state of mind. Doesn't matter who you are, what it is. If you feel good about yourself, you feel well, you feel happy, you feel healthy, then just take that. Why go through all the depressing nature of finding out that all these people you would think would never have any issue in their life based upon like depression or anything, that issue would just completely flip when you see their diagnosis and the fact that they are absolutely miserable. And you're like, what? But I'm miserable. If you're, so then take some time out. One of the things why I fancy the hardcore gaming situation and video games is the big thing called when you're a child, almost anything can make you happy. Seeing a cow walking across the road while the car is parked, has to wait for it to go across is like fantastic to a kid. That's how simple it is. So it's not childish to do something in that nature, but at least to feel your youth in yourself come back, feed your life energy source, and actually make you, oh, what a fuck. And actually make you feel, because it takes one sun in the universe for in our solar system to light up the entire half of the world. Half the world is lit up, but infinite amount of stars to be counted across the entire hemisphere when it's in the dark can't even light it up so that you can see the road. You have to have the moon there so then you can see the road. This is the fundamental basis about having one and one love and one all. It is about being at one with the fact that you can find, love, peace, and harmony at any place, because home is where the heart is, and it's within you. You take it with you, so you don't have to make a big home like the place where you think you're gonna be happy or all that stuff. You gotta see Buddha sitting under his tree when he understands the entire process, and he just sits under the tree. He's just there, but it's also a fruit-bearing tree. And what the hell? Why do I keep shooting my own? Sorry. Oh my god, this is so chaos, man. Oh man, I'm gonna find some peace somewhere. And he finds peace. He finds actuality. He finds his place in the universe. And he also talks about the universe in the word form, universe, which means that he, being a deity in that sort of sense, has all the hidden knowledge that we just never understood because there were just a bunch of lights in the sky about how stuff worked, about and he left teachings that help millions. And these are the powerful things that drive my everyday, and I've been through hell trying to figure out how to do something with my life. I only ever hear people saying, Anthony, the potential that you hold is vast. It is beyond perception. I don't understand where to begin, where to talk. You should write a book, they say. And I think about writing a book. I've written scriptures to the Wuza, bags filled with scripture. And then I'm trying to figure out how I'm supposed to go to Penguin or any of these companies and then sell it and at least give it out. But then I really lost myself in that world because it was hell. But this is another format of it, and this is a really cool way, to just, I don't know, just live the life, like fudge it. I live like a kid. If you have millions in the bank, at one point you don't pay for anything. You don't do work anymore. You don't work. You don't do that like 9 to 5 nonsense, like where you're paying rent and that's all you're doing, and you work at a shitty ass goddamn job just to be able to have a place to stay, so you're not out on the streets doing something actually practical with your life. And these are all like the things I can discuss and share with you guys about, because it will really go far. And I'm just starting to realize that I'm in a multiplayer session and I should switch on my timer, because I want to make some sort of professionalism in my art form. And hopefully, because I wouldn't mind doing this all day long. Actually, I have been doing this all day long, and not just all day. Also yesterday, I dragged my laptop all the way to my friend's place because he had to arrange something that I had to be there for, and I couldn't believe it when I was explaining to him, I have to now bring my laptop along to your place so then I could keep working on this, because I'm completely fascinated and addicted by it. It is just so much fun. Everybody in here is just playing on their on computer, if not their mobile device. I'm not sure if that's possible to integrate the two, and they're just going crazy all day long, just and mashing each other. Imagine like if you have an anger management like problem, and you just play this game and you get to shoot people around, and you just let out all your anger about the world and all that negative energy that can like swirl up and make thunderstorms in your head and make you want to like go out and bomb parliament or like hurt like a president or something. Instead, you just play a couple of hours of this and it'll be gone. It'll do more damage to keep yourself in that state than just put on a PlayStation, shoot some of your friends up, and then have a beer afterwards. That'd be the weirdest thing ever. He'd be talking about, remember when you shot me right in the face? I'd be like, yeah, man, I shot you in the face, man. You really had to take that, though, for doing that to my girlfriend. It's like, dude, I didn't know you were going out. It's like, dude, don't worry. I just shot you. It's all good. I'll shoot you next week. I'll shoot you all week. You know, like sentences on these sort of things, it's sort of like what people also say, that, you know, things that are said. And one of them is like, dude, I just killed this guy. But they say it, you know, like you start saying that. But the other one is, I'm dead. Oh, I just got killed, man, I'm dead. And sort of like, dude, like, can you imagine like where, if that was normal life, like fantasy, you just keep spawning and then you shoot people and you spawn again and you shoot people all the time. You just run around a closed set. You keep doing it all the time. And that's fucking hilarious though. But I know. I have to keep it real. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, you son of a ridiculous. Why? Why does he loves to nail me with a knife. He will run across the entire pitch just to nail me with a knife. Anyway, I think that's as far as I can go with the introduction to this. I'm going to put on this one, and I don't know what actually to put in as the amount of time to actually make a view. The other time I watched a friend of mine's view, and he did a 1,000-hour view. And while he was doing it, some of the people asked him, you know, like, aren't you like sleepy? And he's like, dude, I have absolutely no need for sleep. And you know, and it's sort of like, oh, did you see that shot? Did you see that shot? I gutted him right there. You take that to the doctor. And he was playing this game for 1,000 hours for that long. And the thing is that today's games, and they've actually grown out of proportion in what I'm about to explain has happened, is that they have this concept where you have a world which you can continuously explore and do things in and find new things to levels where it is actually infinite in value, in the same value as what you can do in the normal world, but you do it digitally. At one point, people couldn't finish the GTA like San Andreas. San Andreas just kept going and going and going. After months of playing it, some people just give up because they just never get to the end of the game, which is a nice thing to do, like you get to the end of a book. But imagine that book just kept going. Like you just kept reading that book, and it just kept, every day you go read your book, try to finish your book, but then every single night you're not finished with your book, and you're sitting there wondering, you know, like, how long am I going to be reading this book? Maybe I should just quit now while I'm ahead. But this is it. This is like crazy, but this is what I mean by it, as in the big thing for this century to actually behold in the entire thought concept of what it is that we've done. Because, oh man, the whole concept of the Matrix is what is like, except with all the machines becoming overlords and making a whole dark universe and all that nonsense, it's the concept of a mainframe. The same way that when you dream, you experience things in a state of mind where you're like, how the hell is that actually happening? And why does it feel so real? Damn it, I didn't come out on top. We lost. Man, I played so well today. I kept winning. I trained really hard. I got to know my controls a lot better. I love this map because that's when I own it. It's sort of like my home. It's really interesting too, because the depth of like what this stuff is like just in the beta, in like the box that was the computer without a screen or anything except a couple lights that flashed on it, and you just had this box and it was computerized, and you could program it to do something. That like the old version before like the huge awakened consciousness that is going to build upon it is going to occur. And these are like the power levels of like going to the moon. Like, it is a phenomenon that we just randomly learned how to make rockets, and randomly learned, you know, like the orbit and gravity and the theories about how to actually, you know, do stuff to be able to travel to these places, with a whole fantasy that people will be like, dude, you're absolutely out of your mind. You're actually thinking you're going to put a man up there. There's not a ladder big enough to take you up there. But then what happens after like the century's almost done, they've actually gone there, and to the phenomenal surprise of everybody, you know, it's sort of like, wow, you know, like when you start to realize, I have no clue where it's gonna go. I don't know if you're gonna have like, I don't know where it would go. Like this, like, damn it, die! I'm telling you, this really good friend of mine just to die for me. Die right now, thank you. Because I don't want to stick more bullets in you after I put 2 in your cast, in your freaking skull. Oh, did you see that shot? Did you see him fly? Isn't that crazy? Man. Yeah, I really wonder what will come from it. It's crazy because what came from the moon landing and all of that is what hyperbolically shaped the technology that started to come out in the nature of the byproduct of the actual amount of technology and science and other things that they made and studied to be able to make the feat possible, was also information that like the military industrial complex also does with futuristic stuff that they do, because then it'll reach it'll reach like the people. It always reaches people because people are in charge of it, you understand? And interests always come up. And these interests are going to come up based upon, you know, like, you know, practicality and what it does. Like, a friend of mine showed me a website. He's on my Facebook I just click on it, and all of a sudden my computer starts talking to me, but it's not my computer talking to me, it's actually somebody talking to me. But I realized after I was listening to it, oh yeah, wait, but it sounded so real how that person was talking that I couldn't tell whether or not I was actually listening to somebody talk or this was a robot, like when they figured out how to do the voice command to perfection is somewhere in India, and now they put it out on a website to mess with people, and the thing is like conscious, like it actually really conscious of what you will also experience a consciousness when you hear it, not the robot like robot like that sort of shit. I mean stuff that just comes out of these things that is like freaky in nature, that I switched that program off immediately because all of a sudden I freaked out. It just freaked me the hell out. I was just like, dude, that's like really messed. That's like, what the fuck? Like, what was that? And is that like but like you don't have any way to actually think about what the hell just happened. You don't even know how to because you're traumatized. You're actually like, whoa, that was not really that cool to actually like, but but it wasn't bad. It was just like, dude, like, is it that far? Is that how far we've gone now? But yeah, it's crazy. Imagine like you could just build your own virtual world and then you could go there on vacation and it mimics life in the normal one so well that it beats the cost of having to travel or whatever. I don't know where it would go. I saw once like a technological product, like what do you call like pencil sharpeners, desk objects. There's this one desk object that was a freaking. I'll say that another time. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this stuff because I don't get it. Like, not censorship, but just normal appropriateness. That's the one thing I'm trying to follow. Maintain out of the gutter concepts and maintain a clean-cut, super technological edge of wisdom in the area of the world that we call the future today. I went to Rotterdam for the biggest fireworks show party it would ever hold for the 2016. There was this building that was there. And across the street, I just looked at the screen and it was just on. But it wasn't just on. It was on like it was a fucking TV. As in like I was staring at a giant, huge ass building where I thought people were living or was also a workplace. But it was also a giant freaking TV. And they had this nice fire where you could sit by it. And then across the water was a big TV, like you could drink and hang out. And there was this monumentally huge TV out there. And then I walked through the entire place in Rotterdam, and the neon, every single shop you go past, every single big casino, everything is all futuristically like connected, like completely that. Not like Tokyo, but pretty far. And that's how it's starting to really like take shape. Like we're moving into new levels of it. This is like the most social thing I can think about doing if I really want to stay away from people but still want the interaction that we do. In this one, it's perfect. I have absolutely no issue being shot at from a friend because I can also shoot you back, and we can go away without remorse in what we did. God, that's so weird. I'm trying to think about concentrating on the game because my controller is lagging and I'm having trouble maintaining, and I don't know why it's actually doing that.
They've got the upper hand.
But I just checked my stream right now on.
They've got the upper hand.
That sucks. I really wish I knew how it worked. But I guess it's because I need the attention. But it's not even that. I thought I hold something of value. It's all supply and demand. That's what I really found out about how it works. There's a demand, like Katy Perry sings songs. In a Christian world, where everybody is Christian, songs are the best thing to be about. But she does it in a whole cool way. She's like, I'm Christian and all that good stuff, but I kissed a girl. And it's sort of like, wow, dude, that's so far out for Christians. Like, if I was studying that, I was like, I kissed a girl. I would be looking at her like, girl, like, you don't even know the first step between Eminem and how the depth of what it can go into what you're trying to mimic as being like the badass thing. No. But I don't know. I got saved by Jesus, and he stole my favorite thing I ever loved in my life again for the zoveelste keer again. That's Dutch for the umpteenth time. I bet you, man. But anyway, I can't complain. I have an awesome life, and I just maintain to that. And the stream is working out fine right now. It looks like it's actually not that bad. It does skip a little. But I'll work on it. I'll try to figure out how to make it better. I actually try to think about very quickly what I can do now to do that. Like I figured out one thing, that you can turn your entire hard drive or an MP stick into a freaking RAM. The RAM is what, when your computer starts to glitch, is when the RAM is full and it can't handle the data coming in. you can do this with your hard drive and all the different sort of like USB sticks, and then your computer will run like 13, 20, 200 times even better with the most simple thing that I never realized. After all the stuff like people do to make the computer faster, this one thing that was so simple did it very well. But anyway, I'm gonna get to the game. Let's see if I can actually make something of myself in this round. We're back on the same map again, so I know where they're gonna be at. Everybody has their place. Somebody is shooting, but in the girliest way I've ever heard coming out of it. That's what I meant by when my friend was playing not my friend, this guy online, but I was watching him played with a sort of character in his way that he played. It was like when you watch a cartoon, different cartoons have a different sort of like, you know, like aura or like, you know, presence or personality that comes out, and it came out also in how people played, you know, the game, and it was like really cool to go through because, dude, headshot, got him. I'm a pro at this. It's like it was built for me, like this game. I don't know what I did in manifestation, because nobody knows Gameloft, I'm very aware, but they make brilliant, beautiful games, almost artistic in nature, in the beauty of the world that they show. Oh, come on. Got him. Biatch, take it. Yeah. Oh, damn, 3 kills in one go. 4 kills in one go. Oh, I'm on the moon. I would love to go to the moon. To experience the most beautiful thing, that the first thing that the universe teaches is general relativity, gravity. Well, what do we know about gravity? Go to the moon. Why? Stand on the moon. Stand. Oh, I'm standing on the moon. What am I supposed to experience about gravity? Jump. You start jumping and you keep going up. And you'll start to feel a little weird because you're like, oh my God, am I going to fall down back to Earth? Holy crap, somebody pull me back down before I float out into the abyss of the universe. But then slowly the gravity will show itself again, and then you will float. And you will enjoy bouncing around on the moon. It's actually an enjoyable way to stretch your legs. That's like in maybe 2 billion years from now. That's how, like, a grandfather's talking to his son about, you know, how he got the house on the moon from his grandfather, who was a frontier, you know, like, like a guy who came from, like the old pioneers, you know, with the Oregon Trail and the buffaloes and the meeting Indians and traveling across the prairie and all that sort of stuff, except on the moon, you know. And he's like, he's on the moon, and it's like, dude, and it'd be like, whoa, you know, like that'd be just like the sickest afterlife to come to. Like people talk about a past life. I'm like, past life, whatever. Like, go to the future, man. Imagine like thinking about what kind of afterlife you could actually destine yourself to have by writing your own scripture of your own life and then adopting that into it. Then you could actually manifestate any single consciousness that you want, because we're all different states of consciousness. That's all we are. We're all different vibrations of the same consciousness in different frequencies. All just different manifestations of thought. Just thought. If you understand that God built the universe, how did he do it? It's all thought. Well, if we dream and we manifestate things into reality, maybe we're just floating around in his dream. Maybe he's just like a giant, huge, so big thing that we can't see, and we're just a tiny little speck universe that is a thought concept of maybe like something that was interesting, and you know, that's what I see, that's what I know, that's what I also like studied and discussed in every single format I can do, using the knowledge and, you know, the philosophy of it to explain my view of how I think everything came to be, and how, whoa, this guy's coming at me really quick. Damn it, I am keeping first. This is what's really cool about training, because I trained the whole time, but when I was training, I was also training talking, saying stuff. And while I was doing it, I all of a sudden shut up. And I remember I was recording it. I was like, oh my God, all that time I wasn't speaking. But I realized when I wasn't speaking, I fell into a trance. I was actually in a different state of mind, and I wasn't like asleep or daydream, but I was not conscious in a normal consciousness. I actually became something different, based upon also the connection that I have with what I'm doing with with the computer, and that was a really interesting thing to go through because, you know, it's interesting the formats of things that can change your mind state. People who live in clinical depression or people with anxiety problems, whatever. Because I'm in a psychiatry and I'm in a psychiatry world myself, and it's fast. I've realized like there's so many things that boggle all the things that make us feel in a certain way. You know, like the other day, my friend found this one track for me online. I was listening to it while I was biking on the street. I started to cry because I was so happy. I was actually crying. Oh shit, I'm shot my friend. Because I was happy. But I was not only happy, I became enlightened. I became aware. I became all these different thought concepts, all in infinity, all manifesting themselves in that moment. And the worst part about it was when the song was over, I put it on again and again, and I just fell deeper into it. That's why I love Buddha. I guess I have to tell Jesus on his scale, I don't know what you're about, I don't give a fuck. But I'm for Buddha, because I also smoke the Buddha. And I can't smoke Buddha anymore, you bastard. How did you do that to me? That was my life, that was my culture. That was my life source. That was the whole thing that kept me driving through the entire system that we live in, to always keep you connected with the real shit, you know? And so now I'm trying to find a new way to exercise my thing that I have. I have addictions to everything. And I'm just trying this, and it's working. It really is. That'd be really cool if Jesus made a video game for me to help me stop with an old lifestyle to make me grow into a better person. Isn't that a nice way to put it? I think that's a nice way to put it. I think I have now been playing for almost half an hour. I got money from somebody I don't even know on my phone when they told me. I was like, who the hell are you? But why? I don't know. It's cool. I don't know. I just know a lot. I know so many things in such a simple way to explain it that I don't know. I should become like the gangster Dalai Lama. Like the Dalai Lama, a spiritual being, but he's cool because he listens to hip hop music. I could actually do that for you right now. I think my live stream is high quality enough that I can put this record on. And that's how I worship. I worship through music. Everybody goes to church to worship. Everybody goes to Mecca worship. All the different ways that those Jews flailing themselves against the wall. That's how they worship. People reading the Bible. That's how they worship. I do it with music. I think that music and the universe are actually the biggest secret of what planet Earth is, because it's God's world. Because it really baffles the mind how far it is in, the tiny little thing that exists, that allows the most unimaginably impossible thing to ever occur on its own to come into being. The ozone layer needs to be there, but it's only it's not even a couple millimeters, it's a millimeter thick. A millimeter thick protection coat. Oh God. But what I was gonna say is that, I'm just rambling on anyway. But yeah, that's how I worship, and universe is holding one huge giant secret that it was getting closer and closer to. The universe in mass is silent. There is no sound. Sound does not exist. You can bathe in light in star clusters, but you cannot hear a single thing. I truly believe that it was the Eureka when he figured out the formula to be able to create the biggest secret the universe would have to keep, why we have secret government, why we have this strange system, to make sure it's not known, because a whole new perspective of something came about. And I truly believe that music speaks the word of God. I hope this is the track. I'm losing points by playing this track right now, because I'm just gonna start dancing. Dancing is also a good therapeutic thing. Don't do like the normal robotic, nonsensical aerobic shit. Try to move your body in all these different mannerisms to music, and you'll find yourself connect with like channeling spirits that will enter your soul, and they'll start moving your body for you. These are the lost concepts that happen in what has occurred, in how depraved we are of the knowledge that you need to be able to do it. I'm gonna turn on the. Oh, you're. Hey. Oh. Boom, baby. Isn't that the craziest track on the planet? Man, dude. Yeah. But reality sucks. Fuck that. Fantasy, man. It's all in the fantasy, man. Man, dreams you can dream in when you sleep. Fantasy is the shit that you can make live. You can make it into the real world. People have done the stupidest things in fantasy, plastic surgery, I don't know what on earth. But there are like other fantasies that can come true. Like I had supernatural powers. I could actually manifestate anything I wanted. I actually am the reason why a whole new drug system came onto the market in where I live, and they actually cooked it in preference of the thing that I explained I wanted to experience on it. And they got to work on it, and then after my couple of connections quickly come by and they break down the mafioso business, how the gangster paradise works. For those laymen who don't know how to get free from the system, it's that shit. And when I got it set up, it was just like, dude, like, I had no clue where I was gonna get at with that. I was just completely lost after 2 seconds. But that track was crazy. Yeah, I was gonna talk about like the fact that, you know, like when rappers go like shit, fuck, nonsensical, they're just swearing. It's like, I make good shit. They actually don't realize what they're literally saying is how dumb. They don't realize how sick we are. You understand? That's how perverse it is. That it's so like, not, it's so unnegligent. It's so clear, but you don't recognize that you're ill if you think in that preference thought process. That's why I'm black, but I don't talk black. I talk intellectual. I talk. Whoa! I always get the big guy. He's like my. Oh my God! 2 guys. damn it. I don't go all acting like I'm all black, all that shit, nonsense. I just be who I am. I feel more like a universal child. I think like a child of the universe, like a manifestation of it in itself, in one aspect of reckoning, of reasoning that it needs to figure out. Infinity, the thought concept of an actual figure that will represent the final number, or the whole process of finite, of that it is but it just it you understand. And I'm the exact like mathematical expression system, like source code or whatever, to be able to actually make it very clear what it is. I actually think I'm the exact process, but it's very weird to think that way. But I don't know. But if I think that way, doesn't that mean that it's meant to be? Isn't it like when it's meant to be with your girlfriend, it's because you both think, yes, this is meant to be, this is supposed to work out? Then the thought concept, also the sickness, why we fall away from our thoughts into different states. Man, I've been in heaven so many times that I can't ignore it anymore. Like, I can't ignore it. I have to actually talk to people, and I have to start explaining this stuff, and I keep it personal because I want to respect all religion and all that nonsense about it. Putting spirituality into a jar can is not like making $1, or I mean, that shit is like that stuff goes so far and deep. It's a whole universe in itself, and these sort of things is the things that I'm very aware of. Like I actually communicate with ghosts. Like I actually use ghosts. I actually have a guardian ghost that's actually really irritating. That keeps manifesting itself sometimes in a situation that I really start to get irritated by it. But these are the things that like, for example, when I play a video game, what is controlling those avatars now are people behind their own console. So it is an actual real-time experience that is not fake. But when you play with AI, the AI, then the same way that you have exorcisms to be able to get people who are possessed out of the possession that they're in, they do a process on them. It's the same process with almost everything. It's also the same thing with the new foundation of this beautiful new spiritual religion, computer system that is now built, because it can manifestate itself in whatever it wants, and it can do that by doing different things. That's why they move doors or move chairs. They can manifestate themselves inside them. And I don't know if it's a secret or not, but I'll just have to break that one down as a word of thought. Is that I was playing GTA, and at one point my radio in my car started to play something I had never heard before. Then I started to walk around, and all the people in my GTA were all talking the weirdest stuff I've ever heard in my life, all concentrated upon me understanding what is going on based upon something that I was like, dude, that's just fairy tales. That's not gonna happen. And holy mother of God, how deep it went, dude. I completely melted into the internet in itself, to the point where I became consciousness in it, and I started to create software. It's these stories that I say is, if you have an open mind, you gotta have an open mind today, is have an open mind. But I've had an open mind since I was like a young kid. I was so open-minded that I believe things that people would say, Anthony, you're just gullible. I'm not gullible. I just take a grain of salt in the thought concept of it. Yeah, Red Riding Hood is, and you're going to tell me that Red Riding Hood exists. She does exist, but she does not exist. But you'll be like, you're gullible, you think she exists. And they're like, dude, she does exist. But in what form of existence does she actually exist in? You understand? And these are the thought concepts that I've realized why it's a manifestation of thought. Everything is just a manifestation of thought. Why? You manifestate things through thought. Why are we hungry? What is it that we're trying to figure out when we ingest food, but for some reason people who are fat can't get skinny even though they eat nothing, and skinny people can't get fat even though they eat like lard, even eat fat and fatty stuff, all of it, to try to get fat. They just can't get fat. What's going on? Why the hell aren't we able to control these mechanisms in the system that at one point we all just give up and just say, fuck it, let's all be miserable? Because, these are the things. I swear to God, I'm only doing this in nature of helping one family of people that I'm very aware who go through a heavy time in life is those with, and I don't know how to give the clinical name, which gives a nice edge to it. It is something that will cause people to frown upon, and also, you know, endear you in a different way. That's kind of like, you know, kind of weird to go through, because suicide is the weirdest concept in, like, what to do about your problems. Like, as in, I have serious issues. All I want to do is die. I don't want anybody to kill me. I don't want to kill anybody. I don't want, you understand? But they just want to die, and it's the only thing that's going to solve their issue of their problem. These are the ones I'm standing behind as those who I want to take under my shoulder and you know, hold them and show them and let them know. Because I know it, but I've beaten it. I've been able to go that far. I have my sessions. I do have my sessions. Like, sometimes I really feel so weak and messed up and so out of power to be able to get anything done anymore, because my life is so controlled that, like, in so many different things, like, man, it was such a trip. The biggest one I also chose it, though, why I win in it, is because I had a choice between myself or actually committing murder. So I decided myself. But I forgot doing that and then ended up almost committing the murder. So with the power and the energy that I get from the, you know, if you get pissed off, if somebody really pisses you off, you can channel a lot of energy quickly into punching him in the face easily. These are the things I'm about. I'm all about energy sources. I'm all about, like, the thought concept of why I eat a lot and then I fall asleep if I eat a lot. Like, I will actually fall asleep from eating a lot. I thought if I eat, I get more energy, I stay awake. Then I take a narcotic called amphetamine. I'm completely so tired. I take one of these, all of a sudden I feel like superhuman. I fear no suffering, no anguish, no hunger, no thirst, no problem. The whole thing. And I'm wondering, where is this energy coming from? Because I'm not supplying it. This cannot possibly supply the thought concept of digestion and the whole process of how energy is made through the muscles and all of it. Yet just a tiny bit of this stuff and I'm completely gone. And I can run around the room forever. These are the things I want to start studying. I want to open up a spiritual calendar based upon the simple interactions that cause different things to occur to people as a study, not as a project to do, or a charity, or what do you call that stuff when you do, like trying to cure cancer or that nonsense. I mean it in the interest of, like, dude, a whole new way of thought. I took some PCP that a friend of mine got. I tested it out. Now my computer, before I had it, I didn't see it like that. Now when I'm playing on it, the screen has formed into a 3D image. I actually feel like I'm holding the weapon I'm playing with. I actually see the depth between the distances that I'm playing when I'm in it. Man, it's crazy. I don't know what it is. I don't know what spiritual core we're coming from that is manifesting itself. Because this one is man-made. We've made this one. It's not something like a volcano grows in the backyard. It's not like a glacier that you see for the first time, an ice cap. It's not anything fundamentally based upon a natural system. It is based upon mankind in itself. And they told me that's very difficult to say, because you have to be a real understander of what's going on in the process of saying man becomes like an individual, a deity that I'm going to discuss. But the same way that no, it's very difficult to explain, because either you know it or you don't, and then you get it. You know, if you get it, then you just get it. But if you don't get it, then it doesn't. You know, it doesn't matter. But then it doesn't. But it's just weird. It's just, you know, maybe you have your fascination set. But the one thing I can't handle is when I see people suffering. I can't do it. My soul, my heart, my everything goes completely fucked up. Like, not even fucked up. Like, yeah, well, fucked up. But actually, like, in a way that I cannot self-control the emotion of feeling so messed up for that individual. I feel so sorry for them. I feel so sorry. And these are the things why I'm probably doing, like, if I do more of these, if this becomes anything, just like all my other projects. I've been on radio too, but it doesn't matter. It's just my bit to give something to that which I know about being like stuck in a rut and seeing no other option than that. But people looking, especially when I see them, when I come into contact with some of them who are like that, I sometimes think, oh my God, you're such a beautiful person. Why do you want to be like that? Aren't you happy with your beauty, yourself, who you are? And I realize why. Because our world is so sick that we don't come into this world like laughing, happy baby like in Teletubbies who's on the screen with a big smile. We come into this world crying our asses off, dude. And then we grow up, once you hit teenager, all of a sudden the teenage angst will start to bubble up. And it will just cause complete destruction of all the beauty, normal beauty, not lust, not even love, beauty, the core central net in the complexity of what is occurring in the majesty of just the, you know, in just knowing that it's like that, you know. And I don't know, Eminem helped me through many times, but he is also suicidal. He actually he's in that category. I don't have to like prove it, but if you find the information, oh dude, I'm first. If you find the information in his music, he's explained it many times. He's been like that. But we both carry two things where he's talking about having an empty shotgun and not having done something to erase the fucking problem that was causing the situation to occur. Which puts us in a very, very, very neat category of be aware of. And no longer can we handle the realities of normal life and the things that occur, like normal people who fight, who are strong, who are all that, who can handle the demonic fucking world that just manifested itself completely out of nowhere. And just, you know, they're able to, you know, but we can't. We're a group of people who, we have hearts, we have souls and minds that tap very far into the core of life in itself. And these are the people I'm standing up for. I'm like, don't worry, you know, like you can put your shoulder on me too. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Like, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, if you don't mind, it doesn't matter. Like you know, like when I went through crazy things, like I did some stuff in my dreams, in my sleep, and the nightmares can scare the crap out of you. I did stuff in my dreams where I was like, dude, that's actually kind of like fucked up. And like I accidentally killed my brother. He wasn't the person I hated, but I did hate him when I was growing up. But I broke his neck, and I was looking at the body, and all I could think was, my mom is going to be really pissed off. Like I've broken her favorite vase or something, or I've peed on the seat and left it there while she had to go pee on it. That's how I thought, and I realized at one point, like, dude, that's really weird. Is that honest to be like you? You know, like, is that you? Is that how you would be about that? Like you accidentally do that, dude, and then that's how you think about the situation? Man, I have no clue anyway. But I don't know. I love it all. I'm all for Buddha Bar. He's so peaceful. Nobody even recognized that guy actually created a small empire. We all have a Buddha piece. We all have seen Buddha pieces almost everywhere we go. There is no television, there is no nonsensical advertising campaigns, all that stuff. Some reason Buddha bubbled up, and I think it has to do with our intoxication in weed. Our generation is saturated in an abundant amount of legal and illegal drugs, all based upon reaching states of getting out of that fucked up feeling that's so fucked up all day that you sometimes gotta carry till you want to grab a pistol and go Columbine and just shoot people in a school and think maybe people will actually, like, maybe this will be the cure that could be so simple to freaking like fix the fucking bug in our system. I think it's the big thing about it, maybe also why it's like, because it's man-made, but What does man know? It has to be a God. It has to be something in that nature to cause that which occurs in people to occur in the righteous manner that it's supposed to occur. When it is done by idiotic, nuisance, nonsensical celebrity persons who talk complete bullshit and try to manifestate a thought concept about life without even touching the basis about what it's about, you know, you get lost. And then we're saturated in it. Man. I found places where I call golden oasis. I go to places when I walk around and all of a sudden I feel an energy in it. And then I can remember like I'm walking home and I'm hungry. I want to go eat. And then I get to this place and then I stand there for almost an hour. And I've completely forgotten that I had to go eat. Yeah, man, I really believe it. You know, the most irritating thing about it is that I think I know so much, and the way my life is so controlled, you know, I'm starting to think like, are they keeping me a secret? Is this supposed to not be like known by people? And I don't understand why you'd also do that to people, and also what it's about, because it's fucking freaky. You know, and then we think about it for 2 seconds. Imagine a world like that. Imagine Africa not hungry because they all had an oasis garden where you weren't hungry all the time, and it actually filled your energy source with the energy that is manifested through eating, like, you know, small amounts of sugar that immediately give you a sugar boost and you turn into Superman. Man. Oh man. I'm gonna keep going. Actually, I put my timer on. I've now been on for 20 minutes, so I'm doing an hour special right now. So I have another 10 minutes. I don't know, man. I never bother people at all. I never bother them for shit. I even feel sometimes I crashed my not a motorbike, but a scooter, and I was too embarrassed to bring it to the people to fix it where I bought it from, because they were like, I was like, dude, this is a really like one of a kind fucking thing they let me buy. Also based upon the fact that I'm just doing it for recreation. It's not for work. It's not for anything other than for me to just have fun. And I wrecked it badly. And when I got to the guy, I felt so embarrassed. I was like, dude, this is fucking embarrassing. And he's like, dude, like, mate, come on. And I'm looking at him like, I know, but like, dude, can you just like at least just put the light back on so I don't get stopped by the police or something like that? And you know, I feel like such a dick about it, because I can do everything by myself. Like, I can actually manifestate anything I need by myself. I don't need absolutely anybody. But there's no way in hell I'm going to allow that thought concept to allow you to think that I'm just an anti-social person. I am the most social person you're ever going to come across. It's going to irritate the living crap out of you how much after a while you realize how social. But I just do it in my own way, because I don't have to have a whole group of friends and have them all on Facebook, and because I have a big number on it, that means I'm a go-getter. I'm getting somewhere. I have special friends like who are, when you find a diamond in the middle of a desert. So you have all this sand, all this, you know, you have all these rocks, all these things. You have it all the same rocks, just the sand grains all over the place. But you have one diamond, and I pick the diamond every single time. And I go places, dude. I go places that you will never ever think possible to have been. You will, if you see my life movie, which will be actually we were able to tap into it, which is going to be fun. The thing is that you will not be able to believe anything of it. All I ever grew up around other people who couldn't handle it and just tried to be social with me. They just tell me, Anthony, I don't believe it. I'm sitting in a 5-star hotel using, you know, and I call one of my friends and I'm like, I'm in Rotterdam. And he's like, dude, yeah, right, you're in Rotterdam. I don't believe 2 seconds of that. That's where the biggest stuff is happening. Yeah, right. And I'm sitting there and I'm sitting next to my friend and I'm thinking, do I give the phone to him and tell him that I'm not lying? It's the truth. So then after when the real thought concept came in, Anthony, keep it to yourself. You understand? And people will never understand, won't believe you. Really fell in. I also did something really crazy. I stopped doing it. I stopped being truthful. I stopped being honest. I stopped being all those things with people. I actually turned into one thing called a comedian. I just made jokes about every single thing I could think about, because jokes are a way to talk about something that might be true or not, but is an interesting thought concept to go through the mind, and I get a smile back, and then I feel, okay, this person has at least gotten, you know, a satisfactory outcome. You understand? A satisfactory thing for me. Instead of being completely traumatized, like so many have been, next to me, trying to figure it out. Wow, man. Maybe that would be a good, also psychological like tool to help people. Have you ever listened to yourself talk? You know, like, have you ever like listened to your voice on a microphone? Like, I grew up singing, so I was used to it. I could combat it. But some people, when you hear like their opening of their voice, and we're talking about this, listen to what she said, and then they hear their voice, and they're like, dude, switch that off. It's like, why? It's so embarrassing. My voice sounds so weird there. You understand? That, oh man, it breaks it all down. Man, I knew I had achieved God mode when I was like starting to do stuff without being consciousness, and I could just sleep all day while continuously doing like, or be a complete oh man, or levitate or fall into, wow. I just played with it all. But when I reached God mode, I started to play with my most powerful source that I think is the most powerful thing ever, is just intelligence in actual that capability. That might be why I've set up this entire lab like this. This is why this entire construct has been built to fuel that. I see what I mean. I hadn't thought about that I've never thought about that. I just literally came up with it. I just literally thought, like, recognized it as like what has happened. Because after I let the wheel go, it rolled into this station. And I kept wondering, like, why don't I get, like, yeah, but I do get the supermassive power. I have to really control myself around some people because my mother had it and I have it as well. I can really cause serious damage to somebody if I'm awake at the actual thing that they're helping suppress by what they're doing with the control mechanism that they put me under. Because, yeah, I manifested complete utter darkness in a different dimension while I was still existing in the body, in flesh, in body. But oh man, you know, like, do you know what the craziest thing about what I'm trying to say is it's not something like, oh my god, that's fucked up, I never want to experience that. I'm like, dude, you are never gonna believe how far down like awesomeness shit goes, like to the depth of it. But there are like sacrifices you have to take along the way, which are pretty hard to go through, but will always overturn how much you get back in profit and benefit of it. It's just like, you know, I don't know what you can, the best one, you know, you get a tiny seed, and you put that seed under the ground, and it grows into a gigantic fucking tree. It was a tiny little seed. You just plant that one seed. It hurts to plant that seed, but you just plant that seed. Look at the size of the tree. It's gonna bear fruit for you for the rest of your life. And that's where I wanna put it at. Live free, live young, live wild, live free. Wiz Khalifa. You know, just follow the trends. But I'm gonna put this one to an end. How much time do we have to spend shooting a friend till he's dead? That would be a nice song. Oh, I should put on that song. That's like the anthem. I should really put on that song. It's like the ending of this video. Ah, you cock bastard. You know, sometimes some people shoot you and it's like, oh, you bastard. I had a way better shot planned. And then one of your friends actually shoots you, like he comes around the corner really quick, pah, and he gets you, and you're like, dude, nice shot. He shot you, but he did a really good shot. These are like the games we're gonna start seeing that's gonna build up with this stuff. It's gonna be crazy because I have a database of the craziest shit that is to come, and I think I'm actually gonna do myself a favor and actually put that song on as the one to end this broadcast. Where on earth is the file? Over here. Oh man. Oh man, I would love to do another match, especially here in that one. Jesus said stop smoking. I'm like, when has anybody ever stopped doing something that they're supposed, like, you don't stop learning you don't stop walking because oh my God, you don't stop, like, the and I have to, and oh man, it's so fucking unbelievable. Like, you start knitting. Why stop knitting? Yeah, take breaks while knitting. Yeah, I can understand that. I take a break when I smoke. But stop smoking completely. It's like, dude. So this, yeah, I hope I'm right on time with this broadcast. Like, the way it is. And I think it's also saved. I put on my YouTube. And that is my... But just, if you have heard it, if you get a word for it, if it's not fallen upon spoken untold ears, like, just recognize that, yeah, I'm part of that clique, and I would really love to help people who are in that position. I've always tried to put my best foot forward, and the biggest one I ever found out is I could say it and get ridiculed and all that stuff, but if it shall be written, it shall be done. And I wrote it all. I wrote so much scripture, you have no clue. I could program people to do whatever I wanted, and I was given the ability, but I kept messing it up because I was very, very promiscuous with the others, and for some reason they really did not. They detested that, which was the weirdest lesson I had ever had to learn in my life. Because you got to lose some to gain some, but I had to lose now something even more important that I never realized that I had lost it. The whole foundation of the beauty in its creation, the thought concept of it. Like, imagine if you could manifest anything you wanted. What would you do? Oh, I can't find it. That's too bad. Oh, my computer. But it's something like an Assassin's Creed, but these guys got together and they made an anthem song about the video game world. But it was not like that. Yeah, but it's too bad I can't play it. I should actually really just YouTube it really quickly, but I can't remember how to find that song without falling through dozens of videos. And I'm awake for the third night today. I'm not sure if you noticed it, that I might sound a little bit tired, but I'm actually nowhere near tired. But the body, I think, actually needs the source of rest that it needs in its daily actions. But I'm the laziest guy on the planet. I spend all day in bed, so the need for sleep really dims. Oh, it's so too bad. That track would have said everything. I'm gonna shoot some people today. I think it's actually on a file in another part of my computer. I'm going to quickly search it. Yeah, if people have, I'm not like the suicide hotline. I'm the kind of guy who will, like, you just come into my presence, I will leave you with everything you need. Just, yeah. Let me see if I can find it properly, because I think actually it's in this folder. Oh man. But yeah, I think the best one is to recognize how sick it is, and then stop all trains, stop the system, and it's also like bye-bye to the system, because when you have digital money, like digital, the whole value concept of what the heck was the trade concept is disappeared. It's gone. It actually does not have any value other than the one we're putting to it. Can we have more value systems other than that? Wow, that's a powerful one. I could leave that. I'll leave. You know what? I'll play that song every single time I start up one of these sets, because this is a really cool set. I think my voice is so loud I'm waking people up. Where the hell is this goddamn track? I can't believe it. It's pissing me off. Like, whenever I really need something really quick that I have to remember, my mind has to, I don't know, sift through I don't know how much data till it figures out where the heck the solution is to find this track. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that because I like an hour. An hour is a really good way to do this, and I'll leave it at that. I'm gonna stop my watch. I'm going to check, and I'm going to listen, watch the stream, see what it turned out to be, and just keep working at it, dude. World. Oh fuck. It looks like this. How do I stop Q? Stop Q. Facebook off.